I am resident with Collinwood for YouTube. Joel Saints. That is my buddy Patrick McCray. That is my buddy Alan Gallant. We are here to review The Living Daylights. We're here to continue our James Bond movie reviews. This movie is directed by John Glenn, screenplay by Richard Maibaum and Michael G. Wilson, based on The Living Daylights by Ian Fleming, produced by Albert R. Broccoli and Michael G. Wilson. Sorry, Timothy fucking Dalton.
Yeah,
Cinematography, Alec Mills. Edited by John Glover, Peter Davis. Music by John Barry. So, so release dates June 29th, 1987, London premiere. June 30th, 1987, UK premiere. And July 31st, 1987, US premiere. So, country United Kingdom. Budget 40 million, box office $191.2 million.
they got it back up. Yep, they did. Yep.
So, guys, we've had a lot of iterations of Bond so far. One, when was the first time you saw this movie, and what did you think of Timmy Dalton's performance, Patrick?
I saw this movie July 31st, 1987. I saw it opening day, maybe the first show. It was a 2 o'clock matinee at the Fabulous Showcase Cinemas, where I'd seen so many of the others, Thousands Deep Theater, blah, blah, blah. We all know these things by now. And it was a great way to see it. Immediately, you're seeing a different movie. Even just the black jumpsuit and an incredibly economical opening.
Yes, and a great reveal of him.
It is a great reveal.
Full close up. When he turns around.
I think the this is the first. No, it's okay. It's the second opening credits or pre-credit sequence they've had since Never Say Never Again came out, which is also about a training exercise that goes a little sideways.
Yes,
sort of, but on purpose. And I think this is Cubby's. I think this is It's like okay,
thematic finger. Yeah.
Let's see what happens when you.
We'll do it better. We'll competent. Real blood.
And Dalton made a choice. There's a really good book called Nobody Does It Better, by Mark Altman, and it's an oral history of the Bond movies, and it's great. Previously, he did this with Star Trek. The first 50 years of Star Trek in a 2-volume set. It's very good. So he did just a great, big, thick Bond volume. And Dalton got in trouble immediately with the casting crew. I think, not with Cubby. I don't think Cubby's cool. But it's the way he said Bond, James Bond. When he's on the boat. Woman hands on the phone and says, "Who are you?" Bond, James Bond. I need to speak to London. How businesslike.
Yes.
It's not done to wink at the audience.
Right. It's not done at a baccarat table or with a cigarette hanging out of his mouth after he's blown away some spy and turned to the woman.
He's on a mission. And they wanted him to have the twinkle in his eye and all of that.
Well, he had that in later scenes. He definitely had
yes, he did. But this is not about that.
Yeah. No.
I was immediately taken.
That's the darkness or the matter of factness that Dalton brings to the character. Sort of.
I was transfixed by the whole movie. I thought, wow, now I'm finally seeing James Bond. By that point, I had read some of the books, and I thought, yeah, this is him. So that was my first blush. Audience agreed.
Yes.
So I think now, Alan.
I saw it somewhere near opening at the Criterion Theater in Bar Harbor, Maine, which was built in 1932. Oh. It's an old Art Deco house. Yeah. And it was a great place to watch it in. Pretty good, pretty big screen, and a balcony and the whole 9 yards. It was a cool place.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. Yeah. What was your impression of Dalton?
I thought he was great, actually, right off the bat. I can't remember what show I was doing. We were doing Summer Stock up the road, and this would have been like my 4th season doing Summer Stock, I think. I was 27. And no, I was impressed. And I also fell in love with Mariam Dabo. She's just absolutely
wow! Holy cow! What a dame!
Gorgeous. And also she pinged my wounded bird attraction because she's like that in the movie. She's like
Well, and she's in a
really
Playboy.
naive and delicate, but she turns out not to be eventually.
Yeah,
But she
yeah.
is at the beginning. She's
And
totally naive and delicate. But there's a Dark Shadows connection with Marianne. She was in a movie called Nightlife, a TV movie in 1989 with Ben Cross,
Robin Cross,
who was playing a vampire for the first time.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh, and Timothy Dalton's not.
And Timothy Dalton's not, but Timothy Dalton, fresh off of his performance in Lion in Winter, only
by like 30
19
years.
years earlier. I think he was 20 at the time. So I think he was 20 at the time. So he's like 39 here. But
Well,
he looks 35. He looks great.
They had been pursuing Dalton for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And every time, seemingly, that a new part came up, a new opportunity to play Bond came up, they went, Dalton. And Dalton said, I'm too young. Too young, too young. That's the integrity he had for the part.
Yeah.
And then when they finally got done with their 6-year hiatus and got back to Goldeneye, they went back to Dalton. It was not a lock that it was going to be Pierce.
Right.
And they said, Tim? And he said, no, now I'm too old.
Yeah,
and
he was like in his early 40s.
Yes. And also, I think he knew exactly what Pierce Brosnan had gone through.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you couldn't be in the business and not hear that.
Quite possibly. Yeah. With what the death of his wife, plus being kind of screwed by NBC. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if this is true. But I don't know if this is true, but I think he was practically backstage, ready to come out as the new Bond
when
NBC called
him. Like at a PR
press conference,
something like that. Yeah.
And they did that.
I would not be surprised, actually.
The thing I like about Timothy Dalton, I put in one sentence, I think. Dalton is the sort of Bond that you hire when you actually want to save the world.
Mm-hmm. He's got that combination of a good guy, ethics, morals, but they're his ethics and morals. And he's a bit of a blackguard, and that's why they're his ethics and morals. So
exactly.
And he does that really well, I thought. I mean, I think that Connery did it pretty well in a few of the movies as well. But Dalton is, I mean, he's physically darker, Yeah.
The eyebrows and the hair, all that, yeah. Speaking of which, Jewel, are you back?
I'm here.
I love it. What did you think of all this?
Well, before I tell you what I thought about this, originally the film was proposed to be a prequel in the series, an idea that eventually resurfaced with the reboot of the series in 2006, Casino Royale. SMERSH, the fictionalized Soviet counterintelligence agency that featured in Fleming's Casino Royale and several other early James Bond novels, was an acronym for Deaf to Spies. Casting.
It's all Russian to me.
Yes. Yeah. In autumn 1985, following a mixed reception of A View to a Kill, work began on scripts for the next James Bond film with the intention that Roger Moore would not reprise the role of James Bond. Moore, who by the time of the release of The Living Daylights would have been 59 years old, chose to retire from the role after 12 years of 7 films. Albert Broccoli, however, claimed that he let Moore go from the role. During the extensive search for a new actor to play Bond, a number of actors, including New Zealand's Sam Neill, Irish-born actor Pierce Brosnan, and Welsh-born stage actor Timothy Dalton, auditioned for the role in 1986. Co-producer Michael G. Wilson, director John Glenn, Dana and Barbara Broccoli were impressed with Sam Neill and very much wanted to use him. However, Albert Broccoli was not sold on the actor. In 2022, Neill stated that he had never wanted the role. So there you go. I love these movies. Dalton's my favorite Bond. The opening of this whole movie, because I rewatched this now twice. because I'd gone ahead and watched this. And going back and watching it today, you talk about the best training exercise things that went wrong because they're using paint and then they don't know the murder's being committed. And then Bond realizes and then he goes after the guy. And I love how the guard shoots the paint to the freaking vehicle. It's funny, but it's like, okay. Then they realize, okay, things are
But then
going
as soon
south.
as soon as he goes through checkpoint Charlie or whatever it is, they start shooting real live rounds at him. It's like,
At last.
action.
Yeah. I really like Joe Don Baker as Brad Whitaker.
Oh, he's so slimy and self-assured.
Yeah.
And
he's the real
globally dangerous like a fungus. He's great. And he's a total redneck too, and he's one of those guys. He's a Gravy SEAL. He's never really been in the military, so he got kicked out of West Point and spent time working for crooks and doing that sort of thing,
like Robert E. Lee.
Anyway,
war criminal.
What a man!
And he was.
It's always nice to see John Rhys Davis in a movie.
Oh wow, he's wonderful in this.
Fabulous in this, and again, it's always cool as we're in détente. We're getting close to. We're in Glasnost now. It's great to see the Soviet. Not all the Soviets being that kind of thing, and he's not. He's totally. In his own Soviet way, he's completely ethical about what he's doing. So,
I really love you got two villains in this movie. You got a really mean henchman.
Oh yeah,
everything, and I love
Ice Baby.
And my favorite thing about this movie, we get some desert porn.
Oh yeah, absolutely, tons of it.
Well, when he's teaming up with Al Qaeda to save the world.
That's right.
Wow. I still can't
actually it's the Taliban, I think.
The Taliban, yeah.
Taliban.
Brave Taliban warriors.
Yes, it was a different time. It was an innocent time. Well, the Russians were in Afghanistan.
Wait a second. Rambo 3 does the same thing.
It's true.
Rambo 3 does
long before the irony of the United States ending up in the middle of all of that. So
yeah. I mean, so it's Hollywood. What do you do?
Yeah.
But yeah, this movie is just fun from start to finish.
It is.
And Caroline Bliss's Moneypenny is just fun.
I mean, she's great.
She's awesome. I love her and Dalton's chemistry. It's so good. And Desmond Llewellyn's Q, funny.
Still doing it. Still bumping his head.
Yeah. Didn't he die in a car accident?
He did. Yes. It was ironic. He was quite old, but yes, he was quite healthy.
Yeah.
And it was a car accident that took him rather than old age.
Because I know that's the reason he couldn't do the voice in a video game. He had died prior.
He had passed away in 1989. So a couple of years after this one was made. So, ironically, Orson Bean, the stage and television actor of many, many years, well into his 90s, was killed crossing the street. Died with his boots on, no doubt about that. Or maybe they got off.
Well, he had been tortured by Roger Moore, shooting these things for years. Moore would give him fake scripts, full of technobabble, and Desmond, who understood, very little about that stuff, would go home and memorize it anyway and come in.
Yes.
He'd get his cue and he would start speaking. And eventually John Glenn he did it again, didn't he? He did it again.
Desmond, you only have 4 lines today. It's okay.
Yeah.
We go, oh, that bastard.
Exactly.
Probably relaxed him more than it did anything else once the anxiety wore off.
Sure. He's the Malvolio of this. He'll be revenged on the whole pack of you.
That's right.
And I love the goofiness, yet the evilness of General Georgy Koskov. the character.
Yes.
Really good. I mean, because it was such a different range from seeing. Because usually we saw very serious villains. This guy, he does goofy, but he doesn't do goofy to piss off the audience. He's more doing it to fool people. He's like
Right.
sort of gee whiz, all shucks, like or
Mm-hmm.
oh, I didn't
Yeah,
know.
he acts like a kind of a bit of a bumbler,
Yeah.
but it turns out he's a mastermind, of course.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think that's another thing that makes this movie interesting because you have somebody who's working behind the scenes, trying to even his assassination is like a plot, is like a ploy, because he's trying to get James Bond to kill John Rhys Davis's
To
character.
kill Pushkin, yeah.
Yeah, which is really like holy mind fuck, right? When you watch this back.
And Gogol makes an appearance late in the film to reassure Mariam Dabo's character that she's not being dragged back to Moscow. She can come and go as she pleases. So, he's also the sort of symbol of glasnost at that point.
Yeah.
He's also always been a fair player, even in the worst of times. So,
yeah. Who would, if there, I don't know if I asked you guys this, but if they did another Bond movie, who would you like to see as M?
As M?
Damn, that's a good question.
Well, I really like Ray Fiennes right now. I mean, holy moly, he's really good. He's really good.
Yeah.
But if it were to be somebody else, trying to think of somebody that
Scatman Crothers
has risen from the grave. He's got the shine, the shining.
He's got the shine, yeah. Right. I would say for me, as Alan is pondering the title of this, are we at the favorite moment part? Are we gotten there yet?
No, not yet.
Which one is this?
This is who would you like to see as M?
As M. Who would I like to see as M?
What are you smoking in that thing anyway?
I know. Well, it's been
tired.
Yeah, I'm very tired. It's been a very, very, very long week.
You seem to.
Who would I like to see as M? Peter Marshall. I don't know.
102 and dead a year.
It's a decent question.
But a hard answer, right?
And a very hard answer because Jewel, I care about the question. I care about the person who asked it. I don't really care about who plays him.
How about Helen Mirren?
Helen Mirren would have nailed it. Perfect. Mm-hmm. Done.
Yep. She's the elder statesman type. She wouldn't put up with any BS from Bond.
Helen Mirren's second Darren.
Or how about John Malkovich?
I don't know about that one. I have to think about that. Yeah, it's great. Do it. George Papard.
John
Malkovich as George Papard.
Oh,
as M.
I'll give you
Where's my cigar? in that strange non-Chicago dialect.
Yeah. It's definitely belongs to a region, just no region I know.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Like show business is like no business I know.
It's true.
I'll give you two. Malcolm McDowell would be really good at, and I'll choose a non-British actor, John D. Lancey.
Oh,
there you go.
John Lancey would be a lot of fun.
Well, he could also inject sarcasm into Q.
I was thinking, John Lancey to Q is a great idea also.
I don't know if I think he's still around. Another guy with Jeffrey Rush.
Yeah, oh yes. Yeah. Jeffrey Rush is still very active. I think he's only in his early 70s.
Yeah. He'd be a good one.
He'd be because the type of affectation that he was doing in The King's Speech was very M-like. He was sort of he would actually pull off sarcasm and hold the king up to the mirror and show him who he was and that kind of thing, and sort of what M tries to do, particularly with Roger Moore and the latter
Yeah.
Connery stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay, what's you guys' favorite scenes, Patrick?
In this movie, I mean, the airport scene, the scene where Taliban comes in and says, "Yeah, we ran into some trouble at the airport." I'll tell you why. I mean, I love all this. I love all the scenes in this movie. It's a lot of fun. All the food stuff that they do, talking about the beluga peasant food and so on.
Yes, but it's all right with this champagne, blah blah blah.
Yeah, yeah. But that when they come in and said we were held up at the airport, I saw that under very special circumstances. On 9/12, we all went back to school, and I had a group of bright kids at the beginning of the day, and we really couldn't handle understandably, we'd seen The Darkest Day in American History at that point.
Sure.
And I just said, guys, let's just put on James Bond. So we put on Living Daylights, which I love. Hadn't seen it in a while. And the next day, we were even more depressed. And then we got to that moment where he said we had some trouble at the airport. And we started laughing. And we laughed immediately.
Yes.
And we laughed and laughed and laughed for the first time since the events.
Yes.
And that was so meaningful and therapeutic, and it bonded us over something positive so closely that I wouldn't trade it for anything. And that's my favorite scene.
Yeah.
Awesome. Alan?
Let me think. I really like the stuff in the airplane because it's done again with Pierce Brosnan a few years later. And it's good. That's why they do it again. It's really good. The whole idea of only they use a sports car with Brosnan instead of a Jeep. And it's in the sports, and they're higher up too. I mean, they're literally, they have to have a parachute and the whole 9 yards. But I love that whole thing, and I love Dabo's sitting there like, what do I do? What do I do? And she's like, back and forth while they're fighting on the edge of disaster out the back of the plane, and all of that stuff is awesome. I love it. Love it. And also, all the stunts work better, and God bless Roger Moore, but the scenes coming out of the stunts need the same energy as the stunt, and Moore really had a hard time doing that.
Yes, he did.
Last movie in particular. But Dalton does not have any problem doing the tail end of any stunt.
Yeah. Yeah. Great choices. Anything with Jodan Baker?
Yeah.
Anything with John Rice Davies? I mean, to think that we get all of this movie, and we get John Rice Davies, and we get Jodan Baker. What a treat!
Yeah. Yeah. It's a lot of fun. Jodan Baker. I mean, he went into this and it's like, play a corrupt Southern sheriff. Yes,
pretty much. Yeah. First name of the speed dial.
Yeah. Yeah. Bull Connor or
Jodan Baker. Well, Baker begins with B. First guy we come to.
Baker comes cheaper. So
So here's some fun ChatGPT to have fun to have. Ask it to make you a dough recipe. And have it put dillweed in it.
So you get a dildo recipe.
And see what it starts calling it.
That's right. Yes.
It's very funny because it's so sincere as it's describing it. It's very serious. It's just a riot.
It's trying very sincerely to generate some kind of synthesis from what you're saying. We fooled you again, ChatGPT. Yeah, it's a load.
It certainly is. Speaking of a load, Jewel, Your favorite
Yeah,
scene?
some of my favorite scenes, the fake assassination attempt where Bond shoots the gun out of the girl's head. That is
Mm-hmm.
really good because it builds the tension and it goes, what's really going on here? And Bond's not necessarily fooled. He's kind of curious about all this. Like this, he knows this girl's not a killer
No, she's
immediately.
not even on the database.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I really love the prison escape scene in the desert. Really cool, and how Bond gets out of it is awesome. He uses the gadget that
Mm-hmm.
Q gave him. And yeah, the airplane scene is downright awesome. I mean, the whole fight sequence on the plane is fucking awesome. I mean, it's just
Yeah.
really, really cool. So yeah, the film was shot at Pinewood Studios at its 007 stage in the United Kingdom, as well
The big
as
stage.
Wissenhans in Austria. The pre-title sequence was filmed on the Rock of Gibraltar, and although the sequence shows a hijacked Land Rover carrying down various sections of road for several minutes before bursting through a wall towards the sea, the location mostly used the same short stretch of road.
Sure, they just filmed it from different angles or from behind
Mhm.
or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah,
She can
really.
do that, sort of like Dark Shadows when it has a wood scene. You know, and the wood scene is only 3 feet wide, and they just keep rotating around and seeing
Yeah.
different angles.
The scene where the desert scenes were filmed in the Mojave Desert. That's awesome. So there you go. So again, desert porn is awesome.
Oh yes, the
Yes,
scenery is definitely uh, up to snuff, so to speak.
absolutely. Let's see. I'm trying to think of any for questions or tasks you guys. So scale 1 to 10. What do you guys give this?
10.
It's 10.
It's a 10.
Yeah, this is a 12. Yes, 12. Yes, very, very good. Very, very, very good.
He fits the tuxedo. He fits the action gear. He fits the ladies. The whole thing. Just he's Bond. I mean, he stepped into it. Obviously, he'd been thinking about it for quite some time, and once the time was right and ripe, he was ready to go.
Yeah.
Here's my final question. Who's in you guys' opinion? Who's the greatest actor to either a turn down Bond or not play him?
Richard Burton turned it down.
Yeah. Did they have Cary
In
Grant
his
read it?
prime, he turned it down. No,
Yeah.
it was an old rattle trap. I mean, he
Did-
turned it down in the early 60s.
Did Cary Grant read
Yes.
this? Or,
No,
Yeah.
he said he was too old.
Yeah.
He wouldn't do it, but he was asked.
yeah.
And
Well, another guy that was
British
actually
and so on.
a
Sure.
lot of people were asked.
I think if he had been 10 or 15 years younger, he might have done it.
Yeah.
I mean, Dick Van Dyke was asked, so
Yeah, and he
Well,
said,
now-
leave it to the Brits. He said, my accent's terrible. Leave it to the Brits. He even knew that his accent in Mary Poppins was bad.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, it was terrible. I mean, but it's fun because it's kind of a cartoony thing anyway. So people forgive him for that because he's so lovable in the role and in almost anything he does. So
I'll give two. Obviously, Patrick McGowan, he didn't want to do it.
mm-hmm.
And Michael Caine. I mean, to me, he was.
Yeah, Michael Caine was already doing his
Yeah.
own spy series, the Ipcress files and all of that
Harry
stuff.
Palmer.
Yep.
Yeah, the Harry Palmer
And
trilogy.
he did a Harry Palmer way later too, like
Mhm.
in the
Yeah.
90s or something. Yeah, yeah. So he did I think it ended up with 4 of them, three pretty much, in the 60s and early 70s, and then one much later. And yeah.
Yeah, it's.
And
So
you get the
yeah,
Harry consistent.
he could have been a good Bond, absolutely, because he was already kind of doing those kind of films, and he also did what the heck's that movie with all the little Cooper minis and they're smuggling gold and all of that sort of thing. I forget the name of that movie, the original, and then there was
Yeah.
there's a remake of it a few years back.
The
It
Italian
was.
Job.
The Italian
Job.
Job. That's
Yeah.
it. Yeah, great. The original movie is great. The
Mhm.
remake's good.
Remake's not bad.
Yeah.
Both are good. Both are good. For sure. All right. So, is there anything you guys want to add before we go?
Let's do another Timothy Dalton film.
Yeah.
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, tomorrow we're going to do License to Kill. We're going to continue our James Bond movie marathon.
Bless your heart.
So, guys, I'll see you Saturday. Freaking
Tomorrow, Saturday.
Yeah, I know.
All
The
right.
Seahawks play tomorrow, so I'm excited.
True.
Link to Patrick McCray's Dark Shadows Daybook and Bound's going to be in the description box. Link to Alan Gallant's YouTube channel, Colin Sports After Dark, is going to be in the description box. You guys have a safe night and take care.
Thank you, Joe.
Have a good one.
guys.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Bye.